right here front and center of the garden, I have some new additions. I put in a nice Achillea, another one of those Veronicas which done so well out front. Oh, and I love the Rose Campion. I got that from a neighbor, and that's just so pretty in the spring. That puts up these beautiful pink flowers. And then I have some phlox mixed in here that didn't do so well this year, but I'm doing some rearranging, as you can see from the bare spots, so that the phlox will get more sun. And I put an echinacea in there this year. I hope it does well. Behind that we have, I forget the name of it all of a sudden. It's bee balm, and then behind that is a spirea that I recently transplanted from where this big spot is, because it's going to make, I'm making now what I'm realizing is a nice shrub board along the way. What I recently planted in next to that spirea is a Nico blue hydrangea, recently planted, and then next to that is my bridal wreath spirea, which we had in my yard growing up, and I always did like that plant, so I put one in here. It just needs to get a little more sun, so I may have to do some trimming of limbs on the trees around here. Next to that is euonymus, which I may get rid of. That's going to turn a fiery red in the fall, but I got that from somebody and I've never been too keen on it. And then here in the front we have another, just like out front, this one has a lot more blossoms to it, this is that annual salvia, which is kind of cool because it puts out this puffy purpley flowers with the white stuff. I had one of these last year, I really liked it. There's a lavender tucked in there. And behind that there's an aster I got, which was variegated, but it's sort of since not. And then over here we have, this was a beautiful caryoptis this fall. It's now spent, but it had beautiful purple little flowers to it. Behind that there's an obedient plant. Behind that there's perennial verbena with those little purple flowers. And then we're coming along here. This is my whiplash cedar, which is kind of cute. And then this is where I have my Japanese painted ferns. They did very nicely this year. And I stuck some Japanese anemones in there with that. Behind that there's a deciduous holly. And then all those things with those little pink plants, that's a persicaria, which is spreading like crazy, so that may have to get ripped out. And then next to that, which kind of looks pretty with the red, is my beautyberry, which puts out those pretty little purple berries. And then behind that we have a grouping of azaleas, which of course are blooming beautifully in the springtime. And that about wraps it up for this south side of the garden. Thank you.